Alrighty, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us. It's a bit of a cold night here in chilly Melbourne. We've officially almost hit winter, but it's chilly. So thank you for joining us, and hopefully it's nice and warm in your homes. You've got something to write with and just to have a drink at hand as well. So yeah. Welcome.
We will be going through meditation too, so just maybe making sure you're not going to be interrupted.
Yeah, just to keep the room private and just let the family know, don't interrupt me, and keep yourself warm. So my name's Carolyn, and I am many things. Health coach is one of my biggest passions of late, and running wellness retreat for women in particular, but I feel like every time I host a retreat, every woman says, my husband needs this, or I know that, somebody in their family could do with some sort of retreat just to be seen, heard and felt, and all of the things. So that's why we decided to make this open to men and women, and support anybody who needs support when it comes to their awakening, essentially, and whatever that means. And so for me, a little bit about my story and how I got to my awakening was this bit of a slow burner through probably about 15 years ago, when I was constantly, I was just an insomniac in terms of I couldn't sleep, or if I did sleep, I'd wake at 3 o'clock and I would just be awake all night, and then angry all day because I couldn't sleep, and then I'd be exhausted. It was on repeat. There was just no way through it. So then that's when I started meditation, and when I started the meditation, all of the other things started unfolding for me as well. So I had to then realize that I did have a sugar addiction, so that's how the health path for me. I had always followed all the dietary advice that our local guidelines gave us, but it just none of it worked. So pretty much every bit of advice that I was given in terms of health backfired on me. And then so when I started really digging deep into what health was, there's about a million rabbit holes you can go down. But also I did have an alcohol problem at that stage too. I was drinking like a binge drinker. Every weekend it would be 2 or 3 bottles a night, and then clearly that contributed to not being able to sleep, and the sugar addiction was just insane. So when I was able to actually let go of that, and I could actually see clearly and feel clearly, I think that's when my awakening expedited, and on the daily I could hear just all of the things in me that I had to change. So I don't want to go too long into my story, but I wish I had something that would have supported me through what I was going through. And it's only really been the last 5 years where I've actually connected with people going through the same situation and experience, similar but different. But I think everyone has a story that is really loud, and when you don't pay attention, it'll get your attention somehow. So anyway, that's how I came to be a health coach and a retreat host, and sharing my time with other people to support them on their journey of whatever it is they're trying to or wanting to achieve. So yeah.
And well, I'm Bryony. I am a Tantra practitioner. I work in the realms of sacred sexuality, feminine embodiment, and connection and intimacy. And I guess my awakening sort of happened about 8 years ago. A goddess, Kali, come to me in my dreams and showed me exactly what needed to be done in my life. And I had no idea about gods or goddesses or anything at all. I had no idea it was Kali. I had no idea what Kali meant, but it was very clear. It was a very clear sign. I probably had a lot of signs prior to that about how I should be showing up, what I should be doing, and I didn't really listen to them. And then I was a beauty therapist for 16 years. I know some of you might know this story, but I just always felt that it wasn't enough. It just didn't feel right. So every year in April-ish, literally like clockwork, every year I would just feel like this is not what I'm meant to be doing. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I love the fact that I'm able to help women feel amazing about themselves, and they leave my salon feeling great because they look great. And I just felt like I wanted to help people on a deeper level. And that voice in my head would always be like, yeah, but you've got a good client base, you make good money, like, why would you throw all of that away? But I think, it's those kinds of things, it's just that, like, knowing, like, the societal conditioning of you have to keep hustling, you have to keep making money, you should just do what's expected of you. It just got to a point where, well, actually I was forced to. So COVID happened and my salon was shut down. And then I got to decide, do I stay in this like comfort and stability of, my salon and my client base, or do I choose to grow? And I chose to grow. And so I quit. I sold all my beauty stuff, and I started becoming a coach. And I used to talk to all my clients about sex all the time, and I thought, why not turn this into a living? But I just want to clear it up, like, my work is I actually just had someone this week sort of assuming that I help people learn how to have sex. I'm like, I think we can all agree that we all know how to have sex, and that's not what my work is about. It's really about like helping people find their pleasure, their passion, their purpose. And once we are able to, remove all the shame and the guilt and the fear of showing up whole as like who we want to be, then we can connect with others in a deeper, more meaningful way. So I think I just went around in a big circle there. I don't know if I got to the root cause of why I'm here, but I've been holding space for people for 20 years, and I'm dedicated now to helping people just come back to the truth of who they are. So, taking that leap of faith and doing the thing that maybe doesn't make sense, because there's that knowing within you that that's what feels right.
Yeah, the unknown. And as I said last week, life is not interested in your comfort, it is interested in your awakening. So yes, this is what we are here to support, and together I think we bring a really beautiful dynamic in what Bryony does and then what I do. It's really complementary in terms of grounding and really supporting and just showing you what is possible for not only for your health and wellness, but for your relationship with yourself and the body, and then your relationship with others. And it all stems from, essentially what we're going to talk about now, and in terms of chakras. And what we're going to really focus on tonight is how to bring your chakras back into alignment and to understand how the energy needs to flow through all your energy centers to create harmony and peace in the body. And so tonight we'll be doing a 3-part series. So concluding with our Bali retreat, this is what we really want to invite you to, so that you can spend 7 days really just on yourself, like really just loving yourself, giving yourself in a supportive, safe environment where you're nurtured, you're held, and you're really, given the support to just find out who you really are and what you do want in life. And it's not often we can do that in our busy, crazy lives. We're just on the treadmill and it's hard to step off. And we're just inviting you to just consider that, this might be an option for you. So, and if it's not, that's okay. Just enjoy what tonight is. And, we will have some in-person events, which will be really beautiful as well, just so that you can get to explore that energy, in person. Yeah. So, what you'll get out of this tonight is Bryony's going to take us through a beautiful meditation. We're going to then talk you through the chakras, and then I'm going to be doing a hypnotherapy to release fear in the body. So enjoy, and Bryony's going to take you through a beautiful meditation.
All right. So if you, this is just recording on us, but if it feels better for you to turn off your camera, you're very welcome to do that. And I'm just going to invite you to get comfortable and close down your eyes. And just starting to connect in with your breath. So noticing the rise and fall of your belly. Inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling slowly out through the mouth. Just allowing each breath to invite you deeper into your body. Allowing your body to become heavier with every breath. Now we're going to begin to journey through your body, through your energy centers. I'm going to listen to what is being held in each and what is ready to move. We're taking a breath in and just bringing your awareness now to the base of your spine. This is known as the root chakra, your energy center of safety, stability, your connection to the earth. Imagine a deep red light pulsing here at the base of your spine. Inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Inhale again for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. And one more time, inhale for 4, hold for 2, exhale for 6. As you hold your awareness at the base of your spine, I want you to ask yourself gently, do I feel safe to be here in my body? What fear or survival energy am I holding here? Allow your breath to guide any tension down into the earth. Now bringing your awareness to the space just below your navel, known as the sacral chakra. This is your center of pleasure, creativity, and emotion. Visualize a warm orange glow swirling here. Inhaling into the belly, exhaling out with a sigh. And one more. Ask yourself, do I allow myself to feel fully? Do I feel connected to my creativity, my desire, my passion? What emotion is being held here? Perhaps loss, shame, suppression, maybe pleasure, desire, joy. Breathe into whatever arises with love. Bring your awareness now to your upper belly, just beneath the ribs, to your solar plexus chakra. This is your center of personal power, self-worth, and identity. Imagine a golden light shining like the sun. Inhale and hold the breath in your belly. And then exhale sharply. And one more. Ask yourself, where do I give away my power? Do I believe I'm allowed to shine and take up space? Let any tightness soften, knowing that you are safe to reclaim your strength. Move your focus now to the heart space. You may like to place a hand here if it feels good. Visualize a soft green or pink rose. Inhale into the heart. Exhale with a sigh. Ask yourself, what grief, longing, or love is held here in this space? What am I still holding on to that weighs on my heart? Allow your breath to cradle your heart in compassion. Bring your awareness now to your throat. Feeling the air pass through this center with every breath. The coolness of the breath as you inhale. The warmth through your throat as you exhale. Visualize a sky blue light pulsating here. Inhale through the nose and exhale with a soft humming sound. Feeling the vibrations in your throat. Ask, where am I lying to myself and others? Where do I suppress my truth to fit in? feel into any words unspoken, continuing to hum, allowing the vibrations to soothe. Bringing your awareness now to the space between your eyebrows, known as the third eye chakra. Your center of inner wisdom and intuition. Imagining a deep indigo blue light forming here. Inhale deeply. Exhale and gently roll your eyes upward behind your closed eyelids. Ask yourself, am I showing up with authenticity? What illusion am I ready to let go of? Allow yourself to see clearly from within. Finally, lift your awareness to the crown of your head. Your connection to the divine, to all that is. Visualize a violet or white light pouring in to the crown of your head. Inhale and imagine light entering through the top of your head. Exhale and send it through your whole body. Feel that light from the divine cocooning you. Ask yourself, am I open to receiving guidance? Can I surrender into something greater than myself? Allow yourself to soften and receive. Take a deep breath in through the nose and a long cleansing exhale out through the mouth. Allow your body to hold what's needed and let go of what's not. Now just doing a little scan through those 7 energy centers. Hovering your hand intuitively over the one that you feel needs the most. Going within and asking for any messages, anything that you need to know about this energy center. And then when you're ready, gently coming back to your breath. Bringing some small movement back into your body. rubbing your hands together to create heat. And then placing them over your eyes as you gently and softly come back into this space. If you need to grab your journal and write anything down, I'm just going to give you a couple of minutes to do that.
Welcome back, everybody. It was lovely. Everybody relaxed and grounded. Alrighty. So, as I said, in this masterclass, we want you to really be able to connect to your body, to hear what it has to say, and we're doing this through the energy centers, also known as the chakra system. And so chakra means will and refers to the energy points in the body. And they are thought to be spinning discs of energy, and they should stay clean and balanced, and they align with corresponding bundles of nerves, major organs, and areas of the energetic body that affect our emotional and physical well-being. Chakras are energy centers in the body, and we have 114 in the human body, but most of us only know 7 or 8. These main chakras are located along the spinal column, from the crown of the head to the tailbone, and the 8th chakra surround our physical body. Most of us know this as the aura. They are recognized by color, symbols, and sounds. And if one of these energy centers is out of balance or blocked, then it doesn't allow our prana or our energy to flow efficiently to all 72,000 our energy centers, systems, or nadis or nerves. So therefore it doesn't allow our body to perform its functions. So we need these to be in alignment to function optimally as a human, and often we just think it comes down to food and movement, but there are so many other factors when it comes to health and wellness. And these can affect us mentally, physically, emotionally, in so many ways. So when they're out of balance, you can feel low in energy, and you have pain in the body, anxiety, and it may even cause disease in our bodies. You can compare it to our electricity box in our house. Each fuse is like a chakra. If you blow one of these by overworking it or not taking care of it, then there will be no electricity, or energy is able to be distributed throughout your house or your nadis. So we need all our fuses to be working together to give us the proper energy and functionality through our body. So when we're not fully aligned, we have trapped emotions and energy blockages in the body. And you can see by this emotional spiral, if we are not vibrating or feeling in alignment, then you can see what happens once we get down into these lower vibrations, and all these emotions, these energy blocks, diseases, things, and start to set into the body. And so that when they're not fully expressed, we get chronic tension, pain, fatigue, signs of stuck energy. So healing requires safety, awareness, and release, and practices like this meditation that Bryony just took us through, breath work, sound, movement, and energy healing can unlock and move what's being trapped. So we're going to take a deeper look into our chakras, and just to understand why it's really important to have balance, and understand which chakra may need more attention than another. So let's just start with why this is super duper important for you. So we're going to go and start with our root chakra. So hopefully you've all had some awareness around chakras. If you haven't, that's okay. We're going to really just take a nice overview of each of them tonight, and then if you have any questions at the end, just ask us. But just feel into it and just kind of see what comes up for your body here. Okie dokie. So the first chakra is the Muladhara, also known as the root chakra, and it's our safety and belonging. Now the color is red, and it's located at the base of the spine. And the body parts that it represents are the legs, the feet, the bones, large intestine, and our gland that is represented by this is the adrenal gland, which we have on overdrive most of the time these days. And we're addicted to adrenaline, which is really unfortunate. So it's really good to be able to take along, one of these practices to help bring your body particularly back into safety and belonging of the root chakra. And a balanced state in life is trust and security in the body. Often we just are in survival, and it's just not a good place to be. So if you're in an imbalanced sign, this would be presenting you with anxiety, fear, instability, and disconnection. And I think that's, for a lot of people, can connect or can relate to feeling this constantly and almost not even knowing that they're in these states. And when you're constantly having chronic issues with your health, most people will just say, oh, it's just normal, it's just age, or it's just the way of the world now, and just take a tablet or have an operation or do something that is just addressing the symptoms, not actually the reasons that these are happening. So just take a moment to just kind of ask your body, in terms of the root chakra, what is it trying to communicate with you? And Bryony's just going to talk to how it can affect you in terms of emotions.
Yeah, so a lot of my work is also based around the chakras, and when it comes to sacred sexuality or intimacy and connection, when there's fear, anger, or resentment stored in our base, we don't feel safe in our bodies. And when we don't feel safe, we don't trust. And when there's no trust, it's almost impossible to open to intimacy or true connection, because the nervous system is in survival mode. It's not able to surrender.
Can relate to that.
Yeah. So we really need a strong foundation. The root chakra is your foundations. Even looking at this little picture here with the trees, it's your connection to the earth, your connection to your primal self. And if that's blocked, then nothing above that is going to work properly. So, but unfortunately, so many people have an imbalanced or blocked root chakra. So that's why we're going to do a hypnosis and breath work on that one tonight.
Yes. Yeah. Alrighty. So our second chakra is called the sacral chakra, or the Svadhisthana. And the color of this is orange. It's located below the navel in the pelvic area. The body parts related to this are the reproductive organs, the kidneys and the bladder. The gland is the ovaries and the testicles, so our reproductive system, our sexuality. So energy is creativity, pleasure, sensuality, and emotion. And a balanced state is healthy expression, flow, and connection. And an imbalanced state would be guilt, emotional numbness, and low libido. So in terms of health, you know, a lot of problems around people having children or early menopause, things with kidney or bladder issues, really like so important to have balance in this area. I mean, in the whole body, but you really don't want to be suffering through kidney issues or bladder. So again, really, really important to have good health. And again, as I said, it's not just about food and exercise. These practices here are really important for you to help align this energy around these. The Svadhisthana is really important.
And obviously, when it comes to sacred sexuality and connection, you know, this is the center of pleasure, your sensuality, your sexuality. But, you know, we can have a lot of shame around our desires. You know, if we've got an imbalanced sacral chakra, we might feel like our body is wrong or it's not good enough. And what happens then is we block both our creativity and our pleasure. And we don't allow things to flow freely. You know, it's literally, as Carolyn said, like it's connected to our reproductive organs. So this is where we create, you know, we can literally create life from this space, either through sperm or through an egg in the womb space, if you're female-bodied. And yeah, when we're disconnected from that creativity, whether we're wanting to create life or not, like this is where we create everything. As I said, it's the center of sensuality. It's your center of expression. It's where your life force energy resides. So yeah, when we have a blockage here in the sacral, we're disconnected from our joy, from our essence, and also just from our turn on, not just sexually, but just our turn on to life. So again, very important. I mean, they're all important. I feel like we're just going to say they're all important.
How they are all important equally, but this process will help to, bring you into alignment in all ways. Yeah. And the third chakra is the solar plexus or the Manipura, and the color is yellow, and the location is the upper abdomen or the stomach. Now, the body parts connected to this are your digestive system, your liver, pancreas, and the gland is the pancreas. Energy is confidence, personal power, will, and a balanced state would be clear boundaries, motivation, and self-trust. And imbalanced signs would be shame, low self-esteem, self-worth, and control issues. So from a health perspective, I mean, a huge amount of people have digestive issues. You know, the over-counter sales for digestion aids are like probably one of the biggest sellers in the world. And when you do ask yourself and have an understanding of why this part of the body is blocked and not flowing, essentially we want to really eat food that is food and not processed, but often we're swallowing so many emotions in this part of the body, and so the body just can't process them. So yeah, really important again to have a balanced Manipura.
And yeah, so from my point of view, I guess it's, you know, when we are feeling guilty for taking time for ourselves, or when we keep putting other people first, we are essentially giving away our power. Remember, this is the center of our personal power. So, you know, it's yellow. I like to imagine this one as like your own personal sun and, you know, powering yourself up. hopefully when we did that little meditation, like the sharp exhale, kind of like, if you've heard of breath of fire, you know, that particular breath work, like, really helps power up your solar plexus. So when your solar plexus is blocked or unbalanced, makes it really hard for us to ask for what we want, because we're taught not to want. You know, we are taught to give to others instead. And you know, the solar plexus is very much connected to your throat chakra. So if you have an imbalance in your solar plexus, and you know, you're not very good at, you know, boundaries, you're not going to be able to communicate them and speak them either. And it can make you feel quite small. You know, if this center's blocked, it kind of gives that, like, that stance of sort of, you know, falling back in on yourself, or, you know, hunching your shoulders, and you feel silenced, and you can get really stuck in people-pleasing mode when you have an imbalance in your solar plexus. So
yeah.
Yes.
We just don't realize how all of these things creep up on us ever so slowly, and they build and build and build till you get to a point where, if you don't connect to these, particularly the lower three chakras, and if you don't really address them, you will have a nudge, you will have an illness, you will have a relationship breakdown, you'll have all of these things going on, and you won't be able to explain them because you don't have the tools or the knowledge on communication. And firstly, hearing your own body speak with you, and then having the courage and the vulnerability to then to speak to speak your truth. And so this is where the heart chakra is really important, because this is the connection between the lower three and the top three chakras, so the spiritual and the physical. And our heart is essentially, it's not just beating the blood around our body and doing an incredible job, like all it does, but it's like literally communicating with the world. With the ether, with the universe. It's literally communicating on a daily basis based on how you're vibrating. So the fourth chakra is the heart chakra, or the anahata, and the color is green or pink.
The evolved heart chakra is pink. Yes. So some people see it as like a green, or with like pink around it. Yeah,
beautiful. And the location is the center of the chest. So just put your hand on your chest. And the body parts related are the heart, the lungs, the arms, the hand. And the gland is the thymus. So, and the energy is love, compassion, and forgiveness. And when you can really come into love, compassion, forgiveness, and non-judgment, it's a really beautiful space to be in, because essentially it's whatever we judge in others, we are judging in ourselves. So coming into compassion and forgiveness. And a balanced state would be open-hearted, empathy, and deep connection. And let's be honest, I think we're all longing for deep connection, particularly with ourselves. So, and an imbalanced sign would be grief, bitterness, and fear of intimacy. And I did hear once that grief was love with nowhere to go. So I think that's a really lovely thing to, you know, let's turn this inwards and really inward and focus on love for ourselves. And when we can do that, miracles happen.
Well, I mean, the heart is center to everything I do in my work. You know, you might be familiar, my business is called Evolving Hearts. So the heart is the bridge, as Carolyn said. It's the bridge between the physical and the divine. It's the gateway to love, connection, and intimacy. It's the feeling center of the body. So, you know, when we carry grief or heartbreak here, what we tend to do is we build walls up around our heart to try and protect ourselves, because we don't like feeling all of that. But those same walls that we put up to protect ourselves, they block our full experience of love and pleasure as well. So, you know, you might think that you are feeling love and pleasure, But if you've put walls up to stop yourself from feeling heartache or grief or sadness, you aren't able to feel joy and pleasure to its full, like in its fullness. So for women and female-bodied people, the heart must feel open and safe in order for the yoni to open. And for men or male-bodied people, they often access heart connection through physical intimacy. That can sometimes like be the opposite. We're seeking the opposite if you're in a heterosexual relationship. As I said, the heart is a bridge to your upper centers, and you have to go through the heart in order to reach them. So you have to be willing to feel whatever it is that you're holding in your heart space. You need to pull down those walls, or you're not going to be able to reach the upper centers. And the upper centers, which we're obviously going to go into, they are the ones that connect you to your truth, to your path, and to the wholeness of your being. So as Carolyn said, yeah, the heart is huge. We have a whole day dedicated to the heart in Bali. But yeah, like you do, I mean, it's a whole system, right? We need to work through each of them because they all help one another. You know, when they're all spinning right, the energy flows properly through the body. Yeah, that is the heart. Yes, we could probably go on and on about the heart all night. But
okay, take a breath. So the fifth chakra is the throat chakra, or the Vishuddha. And this one, this is an interesting one, because this is where a lot of people get stuck in life, and me included. So the color blue, I mean, me included in all of them, but particularly this one has been this plagued me for a really long time in terms of my awakening. This is where I really felt needed the most work for the longest time. So the color is blue. It's located in the throat, the body parts of the neck, jaw, mouth, ears. And the gland is the thyroid. And now many people have thyroid issues. So
suppress
I wonder why. I wonder why.
Struggle to express our needs.
Yeah. So the energy is expression, communication, and truth. And a balanced state is honesty, clear expression, and speaking your truth. And so it's not just speaking your truth out loud to another human. It's actually being honest with yourself. And that's where we have to, again, focus on ourselves and understand what our body is trying to communicate with us. And if you have, like I had, a sore throat for probably 5 years, I didn't know why, because I wasn't speaking truth. I was subordinating or not telling truth or going along to get along, just being, a people pleaser. And just not wanting to upset the apple cart. So imbalance is a sign. Imbalanced signs are fear of speaking, dishonesty, and a sore throat. Yeah. So put your hand up if you've had a sore throat lately. So that it's really important in terms of communication, really listening to your body and what it is wanting to say. And it doesn't mean to come out and just yell at other people and just you have to be right at any cost. It's just like what actually is true for you and what are you doing to fulfill that purpose. So as I mentioned before, a blocked throat chakra is often mirrored to a disempowered solar plexus, and we are struggling to express our needs. That's because we're not connected to our power. We don't know what we need. We're unable to speak our truth, and again, unable to set boundaries because we don't have clear expression. And in intimacy, this leads to misunderstandings, silence, saying yes when we actually mean no. And, it's really important to remember that communication is foreplay. Without it, connection cannot deepen. So really, I mean, this is also one that I struggle with as well. My husband's had a cough for like 6 months. I'm convinced it's because he doesn't speak what he means to speak. But anyway, that's a whole other story. So Alrighty, the sixth chakra, or the third eye chakra, is also known as the ajna, and it's the color is indigo. It's very beautiful. It's located between the eyebrows and the body parts of the brain, the eyes, and the sinuses, and it's the pituitary gland here. And the energy, intuition, inner wisdom, perception, and a balanced state is clarity, vision, and imagination. And an imbalanced sign is confusion, headaches, and lack of insight. So there's a lot in that. There's so many in all of our, in every chakra that we can relate to, in terms of, what could do with some tweaking and balancing here. So, yeah, just really important to be able to just close down the eyes and go in and ask yourself, right, versus asking. I mean, I'm guilty of this. I kind of have all these incredible ideas, and I, have some quiet time, and everything just pops into my brain. I'm like, oh, it's amazing. And then I second guess myself, and I need to get validation from other people. So that's something that I wonder if you do too. But yeah, it's just and in terms of health, like, are you suffering from headaches? What is your eyesight like? How are your sinuses? Part of my life that I've had, the sore throat, the sinuses. So again, I do know when I need to really hone in and tune into my third eye and really just trust my body. Yeah, so there's lots in this one too.
Yeah, well, when our third eye is blocked, we don't trust our inner knowing, like Kaz said. And in intimacy, again, this looks like questioning yourself. So overriding your intuition. Again, similar to like the throat, like just going along with things, feeling lost in what others expect of you. This chakra governs, like Kaz said, your insight, your vision, your clarity. So when we have a clear third eye, it lets you choose lovers, relationships, and experiences from a more aligned state, something that truly aligns with your soul, and not just, what society expects of you. And I think, like the third eye is it's known as the seat of your soul. So, in intimacy, the eyes are the windows to the soul. So, yeah, but it can be, like, one of the things that I love to do with couples is, or even just people, I do this in my women's circles, is just getting people to eye gaze. And it can be really difficult for a lot of people. Like, it's really confronting, quite vulnerable to have someone like look into your soul. So, yeah, but if it's clear, then yeah, it won't be quite so difficult.
Yeah. And this brings us to the crown, our seventh chakra, known as the Sahasrara. I hope I said that well. Sorry.
I don't know how to say them.
Sahasrara. Okay. And this is such a beautiful picture. I love that image. And the colour is violet or white, and it's located on the top of your head. And it's controlling our central nervous system, brain, and the pineal gland, which is super important, and it's kind of been under attack of late. So we are here to bring our pineal gland back to life. To use it so it receives, and the heart sends out the signal, and the pineal gland is the receiver. So we want it big and open and ready to receive. So it's the spiritual connection to the higher consciousness. And when we do our day event and the retreat, we will be doing some beautiful DMT breath work to really activate the pineal gland, so you can have a lovely chat with whoever it is in spirit world that you'd like to communicate with. It's a beautiful state to be in, and it's sometimes really hard to come back into the body, into the physical, but sadly we have to do that to operate in this on this plane. Yes. Yeah, so the balanced state is presence, purpose, unity, and the imbalanced signs of disconnection, cynicism, and spiritual apathy. So, yeah, that's, I think everyone can be a little bit guilty of all of those things, but there are some really lovely ways to be able to access this state, and meditation is the perfect, most easy way to just bring yourself back into alignment here. And
yeah, so the crown, it connects you to something greater. So it's your connection to the divine, the sacred, your soul. When it's blocked, intimacy, and just your connections with other people are just going to feel, maybe empty or transactional. When it's open, though, your pleasure can become a portal. So, and sexuality can be a path to transcendence. So sacred sexuality teaches us that when the whole body is awakened in harmony, orgasm can become a spiritual experience. So, transcending the physical. Soulgasm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Alrighty. Does anybody have any questions at the moment? Just have a quick pop your hand up if you've just got any questions, or you just want to add anything to that.
I just love that soulgasm.
Yeah, the last breathwork event I crewed, a girl that she was deep, very deep. It was very deep. It was really interesting to watch. But that's when I had my first Kundalini awakening during breathwork event. So it's very amazing. Has anyone done breathwork before?
Nope. Hi, Tanya.
No, hi.
Yeah, how are you going there?
Yeah, good.
Good. All right.
Have you done any breath work, did you say?
No, I haven't, but I've thought about it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amazing.
Yeah,
wow.
It's really powerful. I mean, not only is breath work really incredible for your pineal gland and just connecting to the divine, it's so powerfully healing to the body. Like if you breathe properly, if you breathe deeply, if you you allow your body to be in this state, it can reactivate dormant stem cells, and it like to reactivate all the alveoli down here at the bottom of the lungs, because we often don't breathe well. We breathe just into our chest, and super deep belly breathing is so powerful, so healing. It's really, really worth experiencing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And breath work in my work helps us, as I was saying about our life force energy and our sexual energy being stored down here in the lower hara when we use our breath in intimacy. That's when you can have full body orgasms, and you move the energy with your breath up through the body. You bring it up through all those chakras, through the centers, and then you exhale that energy over your entire body, and because the sexual energy naturally just wants to go down and out of the body, and but with our breath we can turn it back inward and pull it up through the body, so we don't have to waste it.
Yeah.
So breath work's pretty cool.
Yes, it is. And breath and is spirit. Essentially, it's the same thing. Breath is spirit. So it's inspired in spirit, in the body is healing in its life. Alrighty, so we're going to do a fear release, and so this is hypnotherapy. So I would just invite you to close down your eyes. This is a process of just releasing. So we're going to just help your body to really connect to your root chakra, your Muladhara, and to allow whatever it is to be felt and to come up for you. So just, closing down your eyes, taking in a deep breath. Feeling into your body, into your heart. And taking a deep breath in through your nose. Then exhaling and releasing, bringing your shoulders down. Relaxing your jaw, breathing into your heart, down into your belly, down into your core. And exhaling through your nose. So fear is such a core part of being a human, and we all have fears, and they serve an important purpose, keeping us safe from perceived threats or danger. But sometimes our fears outlive their usefulness, and they linger on even when danger has passed, keeping us small, preventing us from becoming all that we can be. Breathing in and exhaling. So today we're going to dig down deep into the roots of your deepest fear. We'll uncover where it originated and how it has shaped you, and the gifts hidden within it. And this is through a process of truth-telling, energy release, and rewriting your inner belief system. And be free from the shackles of fear and able to live boldly from your highest self. I'm just going to ask for permission of free will here from your conscious mind, your unconscious mind, and from me as your coach. So if you wish to participate in this breakthrough experience, please answer out loudly yes to these 3 questions. Do you give your conscious mind full access, full permission to fully trust, to fully surrender, and fully let go in this experience today? Yes or no? Do you give your unconscious mind, your subconscious, including your body, to fully trust, to fully surrender, and let go in this experience today? Yes or no? And do I, as your coach, have your permission today to guide you back into a time, into an uncomfortable experience, to hold space for you and then guide you safely back into the now? Yes or no? When you're ready, taking another deep breath in and release. Big breath all the way into your belly, all the way down into the center of the earth, connecting you to the center of the earth. And as you exhale, come up through your heart, through the crown of your head, connecting you to the ether and all that there is. Letting your body fully relax and fully surrender. And know that you already have all the answers that you need. Bring your attention to your first energy center, your root energy center. And connecting down to the core of the earth. 1, red 1, grounded through 1, the Muladhara. Now bringing your awareness up to the top of your head. 7, purple 7, Sanahara. Lifting up, connecting through 7. 1 more big breath all the way in, all the way into your heart. Exhale and you're grounded, present in the heart. In a moment we're going to go through a timeline experience which enables you to become conscious of your greatest, strongest fear and the earliest memory of trauma or fear. When you're ready, just taking a big breath in, bringing your awareness up to the top of your head, full lungs. Exhale and release. Another big breath in. This time bringing your awareness up to 1 meter above the top of your head. Exhaling and relax. You are now 1 meter above the top of your head. Observing yourself now. Another big breath in, coming from 1 meter up to 2 meters above the top of your head. Just exhaling and relaxing. Your focus point or your point of awareness is now 2 meters above the top of your head. And you're looking down at yourself, having this personal experience. And you're feeling safe and you're feeling grounded. And as you stay 2 meters above the top of your head, you now start going back in time. Just going back, observing yourself. What were you doing yesterday? Staying 2 meters above the top of your head, observing yourself, what you did last week, last month, last year, and so on. And as you scan your entire timeline of the past, staying 2 meters above the top of your head, aware of your breath, you are now ready to go into that moment. That moment, the strongest moment of fear or trauma. Go there now and feel it. Observe it. Breathe the way you breathed back then. Feel it in your body. What you felt back then, your earliest or strongest memory of trauma or fear. Just finding that one. Go there now. Just breathe. Know that you are safe. For some reason you haven't found a memory based on fear or trauma, just choose anything that causes you fear and just choose that now. And when you're there, just breathe the way you breathed back then. Shoulders back. You're staying 2 meters above the top of your head. You're looking down on what happened in the past. Just observing how old you are and what is happening. Who was involved? Just remember to breathe. You're safe. Safe to observe what happened back then. Who got hurt? What happened? Perhaps just become aware of where it might be in your body right now. Staying 2 meters above your younger self and observing what happened back then. Just breathing and doubling down on the emotion. Feel that emotion fully. Feel it so you don't have to feel it like that again, ever. Staying 2 meters above your younger self and send them some love. Send love to that younger version of you and everyone involved in the incident. You're sending love and you're feeling safe. Another big breath in. And you're just staying 2 meters above your younger self, fully cognitive and fully aware of your earliest memory of trauma or fear. We're going to say goodbye for now to your younger self. And as you continue to breathe with awareness deeply into your belly, you just start coming forward slowly across the timeline, seeing yourself from 2 meters above the top of your head. Just growing older again, experiencing life. Just staying 2 meters above the top of your head. You're coming forward across the timeline towards this very moment here and now. 2 meters above the top of your head, you're breathing deeply. Coming back to this present moment. You suddenly find yourself right above the top of your head, observing, fully aware and fully conscious of your earliest memory of trauma or fear. Taking another deep breath all the way in, and as you exhale, pull yourself from 2 meters down to 1 meter above the top of your head. Another deep breath. As you exhale, pull yourself from 1 meter fully back to the crown of your head, fully back into your body. Another final breath in. And as you exhale, pull yourself fully back into your body. In 3, 2, 1. Let's take a deep breath in. You're fully conscious and aware of your earliest memory of trauma or fear. And just opening up your eyes and turning to a page to journal and write. My biggest fear is. Just take a moment to complete that sentence, naming your fear, and be as specific as possible. Take a minute or two to write down. While you're journaling, just writing down who was involved and what had happened. What happened when you were young? What was your earliest memory of trauma or fear? We just want to explore this and the origins of this fear, when it first took root and what past experience gave rise to it. Just writing down the impact that it did have on your life. So how old were you? It might be painful to revisit these memories, but being vulnerable today is really important and brave. It takes strength to look at your wounds in the eye. Just breathing through it. Just looking back, we want to look at how this has impacted your life and what it has cost you, and how it has held you back or caused you suffering. Just want to write down 3 drawbacks. Just 3. Just breathing into them. So now we've run this story for a pretty long time. So we've written down 3 drawbacks, but now on the other side we want to write down as many positive things that have come out of this situation. So from the 3 negative or the 3 drawbacks that may have held you back in some ways, damaged relationships, undermined your self-worth, or prevented you from pursuing dreams, just look at them from a distance now. So we just want to bring awareness to them. It's not about lingering in this situation and allowing the fear to lose its grip on you. Now we want to turn it into power, into our personal power, and uncover the expected gifts within this fear. And could this curse actually be a blessing in disguise? So now we're going to write down all the benefits on the other side of the page. Let's write down every possible way this fear has blessed you, helped you grow, shaped you, or served a purpose. It's really stretch to find the divinity hidden in your demons. finding those benefits? How has it given you power and served a positive purpose in your life? Maybe it made you more compassionate, more caring, motivated you to work on your emotional issues. Maybe it led you to your life partner or your soul friends. Breathe. Maybe it prevented you from becoming like those who harmed you. You had an awareness that you wouldn't do that to others. Maybe it set you on a healing path. Maybe it clarified your core values and passions. Maybe it gave you determination and resilience. So keep writing all the ways this sphere serves you. Your vulnerabilities contain so much wisdom. Just another 30 seconds. Alrighty. Just taking a deep breath in. Just when you're ready, if you can turn your cameras on. Welcome back. All right, just taking a deep breath in. Just exhaling with a sigh. It's going to help remove any of this trapped energy still in the body. So just rolling your shoulders back and forward, rolling your head. Just taking your arms, flicking off that energy. Just tapping anywhere that might be energy stuck in the body. And you can get up and shake about if you need to, just releasing. Yeah. And just another big breath in. And then exhaling with a sigh. How was that for you, Tanya?
Yeah, it was hard to turn things into positives. I think I was taking it too literally.
Okay. So do you want to share at all what came up for you?
It was just a memory of when I was 5 and I was in grade prep and wet my pants and got told to sit on the wet area, and everyone was just staring at me, and I felt intense shame and just felt like I was alone.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, found it really hard to put that into a positive light, I guess.
Yeah. So let's just breathe into that shame that is still there in the body, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's breathe into that. Let's feel that fully. Let's feel that fully now. Let's allow that energy to come through you. If there's any tears, let them come out. Let's let that uncomfortable energy be in the body. So this little 5-year-old still wanting to keep you in the corner in shame because she feels like it's doing you a favor and that it's serving a purpose. But you can give her permission to let go. Let her go. She's done her job. Breathe through it. Let your body speak. How are you feeling?
Really sad.
Yeah, you feel sad. You're allowed to feel sad. Yeah, yeah. Let the sadness be in your body. Yeah, let the sadness be in your body. It's okay. It's okay to be sad. Let it out. You don't need to protect that little girl anymore. We need her to know that she's done her job. Give her permission. Take a deep breath in. And release. And tell her that she's thank you, that she did the best that she could, and that you are safe now. Just allow the energy to go through fully. How you've got the energy in the body still? Is it still there?
My shoulders feel pretty tense. Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's move through the shoulders there. It's just making its way through the body. We're allowing her to leave you now. She's been in there for a very long time, running the show. Just allow the energy to move through. Don't resist it. Yeah, yeah. Take a deep breath in. Can you accept that as a 5-year-old that you did the best that you could in that moment? And that it probably could have been that the adults in the room could have done a much better job at looking after the 5-year-old that was just having a really tough day. Yeah.
Yep.
And you send that 5-year-old you with some love and forgiveness and compassion.
Yep.
Yeah, breathe into that. Yeah. It's coming up for you now.
Just telling my 5-year-old self that it's okay, I won't be alone for the rest of my life.
Yeah. 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 So this is how our bodies hold on to safety. So this happened how many years ago?
45 years ago.
Yeah, our body's still trying to keep us safe and not feel. So that the fact that you're feeling this now is really brave. Just giving your younger self permission to move through it and to let go. Yeah, being vulnerable in a safe space. Yeah. So can you accept some love and that some compassion for yourself?
Hard.
Yeah. Can we love bomb? Can we love bomb Tanya? Do you want to start, Nicole?
I mean, my sense is like I've been there, like I feel like so many of the experiences we've had, if we just share them, we'll find that we're not alone, that we had the same experiences. And I was just saying it to a girlfriend, talking to teachers about how, how many of us have, in our pants when we were at primary school in prep, because of our fear of putting our hand up and asking, or so many different reasons. Like, yeah, it's so common. And I just, my heart goes out to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole. Some love bombing.
Yeah. I'm sending so much love to little 5-year-old Tanya. My little 5-year-old Bryony also can just resonate with all of that. So you're so not alone.
Yeah. So I would recommend that after we finish the call that you do journal and you do feel all the emotions, because that's what's living inside you, and this forgiveness and this acceptance that you are not alone, and that a situation that was put upon you that you just had no ability to deal with at the time, so trapped in your body. So really important to feel it, not live in it, but accept that it happened, and see how you have become a beautiful person, but in spite of this, because of this, the compassion that you would have for younger people, and that all of the things that will help you to release and grow with now. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you, ladies. Thank you for sharing. Okay, so that is a sense of what we do to help. Yeah, and to what we do to help you release stuck energy in the body, stuck stories, things that don't serve you. So that will help you in terms of your relationship with yourself and then with your body. And so often the other thing I really want to just touch on in terms of when we feel emotions in our body, what we generally turn to is food, alcohol, drugs, spending, something that is just a quick fix so we don't have to feel that energy in the body.
Sex.
So all of them are just an avoidance behavior, and some are acceptable, some aren't acceptable, but either way we're not feeling the emotion that needs to be felt, and that goes for every chakra. But essentially the fear, the root chakra, keeps us stuck, and it keeps us the most it's where all our real health issues begin in the body. Yeah. So if we can we start at the retreat, we work on every single one. We give each chakra its own, like a full day of just experience, of acceptance, of acknowledgement, of just feeling. Blah. Sometimes it's hard to be in the emotion, but the part of it, the point of it is that it allows it to move through the body, because we do need to experience all the aspects of emotions in the body. We only really want to feel good, and sometimes it's addiction to feel good too, and we find any way we can to feel good, and that's not serving us as humans. We do need to experience the full spectrum of emotions.
Yeah. And then you find your truth. And you realize that you are whole just within. So as we said at the beginning, this was part one of a little 3-part series. So yeah, if you well, I don't know if you enjoyed that, but
well, it's part of healing and releasing.
But if you feel like you got something out of that, we would love to invite you to the activation. Tanya, I know that you're local, Kaz is local, Nicole, you're local too. It's in Williamstown at the end of June, and it is a 4.5 hour activation. So sort of just going into what we did tonight, but in a lot more depth, and we're going to bring in that breath work, DMT, it's called DMT side of things. Into that one. There'll be a light lunch included as well. It is just $89, and if you do decide to come along to the Awaken You retreat in Bali, the $89 will be redeemable towards the retreat. So that, I think we said at the beginning, like, things through the computer are not always, doesn't always sort of come across well. And, the in-person event, like Nicole was saying just before, like we realize that, like, we're so not alone in the experiences and the emotions that we have stuck in our body. And I don't know, I know that Tanya, you said that you haven't done breath work before, but I don't know if you've been to an in-person event or workshop, but the energy is so different in person to what it is through the computer. There's a lot of technological energy between us.
Even though we can do incredible
work through the computer,
it's
but
nothing nicer than being connected in person.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like human beings just want connection. Connection comes through presence. So, we would love to have you at the activation. And then, of course, if you want to come to Bali with us, like, we are inviting you to Bali for 7 days. As Kaz said, a lot of the chakras, we kind of do 2 of them in a day, except for the heart. So the heart is, I think the root is on its own, and the heart is on its own, and the crown is on its own. And that the heart, and there's a day off as well, which will include like a bit of a water blessing, and you get a massage included in the retreat, so you can just have a day of resting and integrating. And then the heart, it's going to be such a beautiful day, and we're going to have a dance party in the evening.
It's like a rebirthing you. Like it is. Every chakra deserves its own little like celebration, connection, and then particularly the heart.
So we do have a little special for you, because like the whole point of this, like we said from the beginning, was to invite you on our retreat to Bali. So we do have a little exclusive sale price for the next 48 hours if you do want to come to Bali with us. So you will get an email with all of this as well, but there's some like really good savings there. And did I say and you'll also get a one-on-one coaching session with the 2 of us. So that's if you book in the next 48 hours to come to Bali. And you can jump on a 6-month payment plan if that's something that you need. So this is open to all genders, all identities, males, females, everything in between. You can come with your partner if you want to. I just want to reiterate that this is not a couples retreat, even though I personally work with couples. Awaken You is a very deeply personal retreat. Like, it is about your awakening, your connection to your truth, your power, your path, the wholeness of who you are, because only when we are able to connect to our truth and connect intimately with ourselves can we then connect purely with another. So
then we'll strengthen pretty much every relationship you have, or you view your relationships very differently with people. So either way, it's with your partner or without your partner, it's still about growth, and it's still about really learning to, deepen the connection and how to communicate with each other and understand each other in a space where it's sacred. You've got time out, and you're really, really fully supported to let go, and connect again at just a deeper level.
Yeah.
So just some testimonials from people that have attended our retreats and worked with us. Yeah, there's just every woman, every man, everyone. This needs to be on the curriculum of life. I think. Curriculum of life must retreat. Yeah, must retreat at least every year.
Yeah,
maybe a mini one in Victoria or
let's get rid of the ski trips to Japan and put a Awaken You retreat with Carolyn and Bryony.
Yes, definitely. So this is just the resort here, and some what you would experience, and just the loveliness that does await us in Bali.
So it's up in the mountains, just out of Ubud. The retreat centre is called Bagus Jati. It is a health and wellness retreat, so it is set up to support everything that we will be offering in Bali. So if anybody has any questions or now is the time. This went way longer than we planned. So sorry.
Thank you for staying and joining us.
Yes, thank you.
But, if you do have any questions and about anything you experienced tonight, just fire away.
I really appreciate it. It was beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks, Kaz. We do appreciate you staying. And that, well, it's still a possibility. So there are many ways to come into all that beautiful abundance energy, money, and time. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it was really good. Thank you, ladies.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We might see you at our in-person event in Williamstown at the Healing Garden. It's another beautiful space. So, just to let go of some more younger versions of yourself.
Yeah.
And we will send this recording out. So if you want to revisit that and do that all over again, you are very welcome to. Just making sure that you've got, support around you if you need it.
Yeah, reach out. Follow us on Insta or any other pages, and look after all of your health and well-being needs.